Morning and welcome from Avengers Campus. This is TASG Live. We're doing this in between recordings of the vlog. We are out here in Avengers Campus today. Part of the boarding group Chronicles that'll be coming out tomorrow. But today, announced today, we are covering Marley at River Echo 23 on Twitter. The Quick Service Showdown, the Super Disney Quick Service Showdown, pitting the best of the best quick service restaurants in the Disneyland Resort. And we are getting that started with round one today with 16, count it, 16 polls today. So I'm very excited. Last year we did the Super Disney Ride Showdown. That was part of Matt's brackets. Today it's going to be Marley's brackets today. So, before we continue, the views and opinions made on this live stream, video, and channel do not represent those of the Walt Disney Company. They are all mine. First off, I'm going to show it to you guys right here because we're doing the two-phone format for boarding groups. There's the first one. First poll of the day. Starting off, we have Alien Pizza Planet versus Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. Now, these two restaurants are two of the same restaurants, just one with a better theme. Alien Pizza Planet, though, I gotta say, slaps harder than Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. 38 votes with 22 hours and 42 minutes to go. That's gonna be my pick, Alien Pizza Planet. But surprisingly, Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is pulling away right now, 51% with 39% of the vote counted. Next up, Hungry Bear and Smoke Jumper's Grill. Now this is big. Smoke Jumper's Grill serves alcohol versus Hungry Bear, which clearly doesn't. That's in Disneyland. Now Hungry Bear does have the Fantasmic dining package, so it has that going for it. But Smoke Jumper's Grill, prior to the pandemic, they had a really solid selection that really kept it very basic and very similar to each other. The only difference, again, being that they serve alcohol. What I will give, though, is Smoke Jumper's Grill, because after the pandemic, when they opened back up, I think for Touch of Disney, that's when they started adding the food and wine event, or the food and wine menu to that location. And it's so far become a superior dining location compared to Hungry Bear Restaurant. Smoke Jumper's Grill leading 54% of the vote, 54 to 46%, with 37 votes counted already. 22 hours, 41 seconds. If you want to join in, it's going to be at River Echo 23 on Twitter. If you'd like to, quick shout out to Marley. She was the one who redid all of our artwork for this channel. Thank you so much for doing this, fam. You know how much I love covering this. Anyways, I have a message now. Can't read it. Anyways, oh, it's gonna slip. Okay. Next one up versus the Galactic Grill. Now, I am leaning heavily towards Red Rose Tavern just because of one thing. Sorry, we cut out for a few seconds. Give me a few minutes. All right, I bumped down the frame rate just a little bit, down to 30. Let's take a brief pause to take a look at the Dara Milaje show, and I really love this one because they were really badass in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Alright, let's head back over here. Okay, so Galactic Grill versus the sorry, Galactic Grill versus the Red Rose Tavern. Red Rose Tavern's gonna take it from me. And that is the first runaway that we have so far. 82% of the early voting rounds is going for Red Rose Tavern. We still got 22 hours to go. 34 votes counted so far. That is going to be my pick because of the uniqueness of that one, and also the gray stuff gives it much more of that. Now this is a very interesting one. Toontown versus Cozy Cone. I've never eaten at Toontown. So I'll go Cozy Cone, and that's another clear winner in the early voting rounds. 97% of the vote, with 34 counted votes so far. 97% for Cozy Cone. I mean, that's a clear thing. The fact that I wasn't aware that there's restaurants down in Toontown is something that might need to be fixed. So that is Cozy Cone versus Toontown. Next one up, Award Wieners versus Troubadour Tavern. Now this is something Marley says right here. Let's be real. What makes Award Wieners great is that it's from DCA 1.0 and the puns. Troubadour Tavern is the only place that offers baked potatoes, and its biggest downfall is being open when a show is happening at the Fantasyland Theater. I personally love it, and we did a video on this in 2017 about the baked potatoes being one of the most economically friendly food items here at Disney. The only issue is that it's not always open. The only issue is that it's not always open all the time. But I will still give it that because of its uniqueness. And if Award Wieners takes it, I don't care. Yeah, Award Wieners has it so far in the early voting round, 74% to 26%. Next one up, Jolly Holiday versus Flo's V8 Cafe. As much as I like Jolly Holiday, this is a good one. Jolly Holiday, you have the ambiance. You have the ambiance of Main Street USA, the plaza end of Main Street USA. Great views of the castle, the Matterhorn, and Tomorrowland. And you're right next to Adventureland, and you can grab your... And you can also grab your Dole Whip from around the corner at Adventureland. Easy access to everything around you. But my heart really wants to stay at Flo's V8 Cafe, just right down the walkway, because of one thing and one thing only. The most uniquely named, the best name for any Disney food item ever. Fillmore's Pot Pie. That's a staple. For me, that's a staple in the pre-pandemic Flo's V8 Cafe menu. And for that reason, I'll give it to Flo, but I bet Jolly Holiday will run away with it. No, it won't. It's closer than you think. Jolly Holiday with a narrow lead, 37 votes in, 54% of the vote is for the Jolly Holiday. Next one up, Docking Bay 7 versus Paradise Garden Grill. Docking Bay 7, very unique, very good. However, if I were you, I would have actually pitted this one against Pim's Texas Kitchen because it actually makes sense for this matchup. With that being said, against Paradise Garden Grill, that's a little bit of a tougher sell because you're selling Mediterranean food, not to mention that this restaurant, P2G, has a very cyclical menu. It changes every year, especially during food and wine time. So, while they had their, and I don't know if you guys remember the fish and chips. The fish and chips with the sauce, that was really good. That one year that they did it. Docking Bay 7, very Star Wars themed. I would give it to that, just for the theme itself. But for the food itself, the consistency is there for Docking Bay 7. I will give it that. And it is in the 69% to 31. 69 to 31. Rancho del Zocalo versus Lucky Fortune Cookery. Right now, Lucky Fortune Cookery isn't open, but they did have one of the most unique ethnic menus in the entire resort pre-pandemic. Live stream? Okay, good. Sorry about that. Cut out for another second. So Rancho with really good portions, I might add. Like, that restaurant's got really good portions. But my heart will stay with Lucky Fortune Cookery, because when we did the one video a couple years ago, they had ramen, and that was pretty good. So, ramen at a Disney park, you didn't really expect it, but you got it. And Rancho, surprisingly, with that, surprises me personally, but I don't know about y'all. Y'all seem to love your Rancho. 80 to 20, it is a blowout in the early voting rounds. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pacific Wharf versus Royal Street Veranda. Now, this is one of two locations, Royal Street, that sold clam chowder in a bread bowl. The other one being the Harbor Galley. Harbor Galley's closed right now. In fact, both Royal Street and Harbor Galley, they're both closed. But going against the Pacific Wharf Cafe, which is the one place you can get the clam chowder here in California Adventure. This is going to be a very tough one because they had a really good fritter thing, blue crab fritters, that they had pre-pandemic. That was one of my go-tos. But Pacific Wharf will get the edge because they serve exclusive Boudin Bakery food. So I will give it that. And it is running away slightly, 68% of the vote to 32 in the early voting round. They may share the same kitchen, but these two can be fairly different. Golden Horseshoe can offer live entertainment and air-conditioned seating. And Stage Door Cafe has a smaller menu, but I appreciate the speedy in and out. Plus they have mozzarella sticks. I'll give it that as well. Stage Door Cafe with the easy in and the easy out. Ease of access with a great and unique menu. It's also very good for really good snacks. It's got the fish and chips. It's got chicken tenders and fries. It's got the funnel cake and the corn dog. It's an overall sleeper if you're in the Frontierland area. And that is, where was it? Did I already? Yeah, Sage Door Cafe, and that's a neck and neck, 49 to 51. Sage Door Cafe with the early lead. Now, this is a very good matchup right here, and I'd say this is a matchup to look for in round one. Rancho Roasters versus Bengal Barbecue. Handheld foods in the Disney parks are very unique, and Rancho Roasters especially takes the cake as being one of the best. But you match it up with the best of the best in Adventureland, you don't know how to, you don't know which one to choose. But personally, Rancho Roasters for me, they have a great breakfast menu with that breakfast Rancho wrap. And would that be the reason why I take it? Potentially. But they also have great meatless options as well. Versus the pork belly. There's one thing I'd order in Bengal Barbecue versus the entire menu I'd buy. Now, with Rancho Roasters, you also have the unique drink selection. You have the Jungle Julep down in Bengal Barbecue. But at Rancho Roasters, you got the Melu Run juice and the Sunset, I think the Sunset Punch. I think that's in Docking Bay 7 though. But they have a solid selection, great handheld food. I am going to go with Rancho Roasters. But Bengal Barbecue pulling off that upset in my opinion. 61 to 39%. That I am shocked by. 22 hours to go, 36 counted votes. Let's move on to the French Market versus the Plaza Inn. Need I say more? The French Market and their... French Market's got their po' boy. It's the roast beef. They give it to you with the, what do you call it? The not Worcestershire. Horseradish. The horseradish cream sauce that you add with it, topped with fried onions and the au jus. Right now, French Market is also the only place in the Disneyland park to carry the clam chowder right now. So I will give it though to Plaza Inn, because that winner chicken dinner is very iconic to anybody who asks that. Plaza Inn has it, but it is down. Wow, that's another shocker. Down in the early voting rounds to French Market taking 63% of the vote. Only 37% for the Plaza Inn. 35 counted votes there. Now that's absolutely shocking. Everybody says the chicken dinner is the best thing to happen, is the best food item in Plaza Inn. But for some reason, it is down right now. That is shocking, absolutely. Cucina Cucamonga versus Harbor Galley. Need I say more? Lobster rolls. That's it, man. And Cucina Cucamonga pulling off another upset. 56% to 44 in the early voting rounds. 22 hours to go to vote. At River Echo, if you're just joining us, vote on that Twitter website. Next one, Tropical Hideaway versus Coke Corner, both of which are very close to each other. Coke Corner, though, being very, very well known for one thing and one thing only: their pretzels. Do you want their stuffed pretzels, or do you want it with, like, you know, what kind of cheese do you want? The Mickey Mouse pretzel, or would you like it stuffed with cheese? You can also get, I think, they got some chili cheese dogs or something. They also have an interesting secret menu as well. Great place for drinks, but Tropical Hideaway, you have even much better ones. You have a great selection of the Dole Whips and the Bows. You have the Lumpia and the Sweet Lumpia. And collectible sporks. That's what the Tropical Hideaway is. So I will go for that. And it's pulling away in the early voting rounds. Tropical Hideaway 82 to 18 in the early voting rounds. 34% of the votes counted. 22 hours to go in that poll. Next one. Little Red Dragon versus the Corn Dog Castle. The battle of the corn dogs in both sides of the park. Corn Dog Castle, one of the many places that you can get a corn dog here at Disney California Adventure, and the red corn dog cart, an iconic vision on Main Street, USA. Which is going to take it? And I think this is going to be a very, very close matchup. So I will choose the original Disneyland Park, Little Red Wagon, and it's pulling away slightly, 59% to 41%. Of the vote. 37 votes counted, 22 hours left to go in that one. And finally today, to wrap up this first day of the Super Quick Service Showdown, we're going to take a look at the bonus round, the candy makers in the parks. It's going to be Candy Palace, Trolley Treats, Pooh Corner, or Marceline's. Now, Marceline's, that's a Downtown Disney one. Not a lot of people know that those are the same foods that you can get inside both parks. But I will give, say, one thing and one thing only, and that is we're going to narrow it down actually to two choices right here. We're going to go Candy Palace or Pooh Corner. Now, the thing with Pooh Corner is that they have an amazing food item there. It's called the Tigger Tails, and it's iconic in that restaurant, versus Candy Palace, and their organ, actually, is pretty low-key. It's pretty damn good. Who is that? Hello. Pedro Erazo, welcome to the live stream. This is at River Echo 23's polls on Twitter. So we are covering it live here, actually, in Avengers campus, just across from the Quinjet. Quinjet and Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout right there. We're sitting right across from it, trying to chill, but it's a very hot day. So Candy Palace and Pooh Corner, because we gotta stay in Disneyland, guys. Trolley Treats, as much as I like it, it's pretty much the same, but Pooh Corner has that true woodsy feeling that I actually like. But Candy Palace has that organ, which is very fun. It's very fun, and then it, you know, rather I would actually replace Marceline's with, you know, if I were to create it, I would replace Marceline's with Bing Bong Sweet Stuff, because that place, I would vote for that. But in this poll, we're gonna have to give it. I'm gonna give it to Candy Palace, but Pooh Corner will take the early voting rounds. Candy Palace takes 19%, Trolley Treats with 5%, Pooh Corner with 62%, Marceline surprisingly in third place with 14%. That's the only place that you could get it outside of the park. So yeah, that is round one. That's day one of the polls right here on the Super Quick Service Food Showdown. Be sure to subscribe. We're going to shoot for 700 subscribers by the end of the summer. We'll be going live again later tonight for the TASG Watch Party Tuesday featuring Loki, as well as the vlog tomorrow on Wednesday, as well as day 2 featuring the final results of this one and the round 2 results of the Super Quick Service Showdown. If you would like to vote, it's going to be at RiverEcho23 on Twitter. Our good friend Marley, thank you so much for giving me permission to cover this, like how we covered the Super Disney Ride Showdown back last year with Matt's brackets. We'll see you guys then. Until then, so long. Mark Canapé signing off from Avengers Campus in Disney California Adventure.